Hey y'all, so we are snowed in today. We can't get to work. Well, we could. Tommy has no problem driving in the snow and ice because he's from Ohio, but I'm from Texas and we don't drive, and we shut down Houston when there's snow and ice. So you can see some of the snow out the window here. But anyway, I thought I would work on a side project since I'm going to be home all day today. And I have this old Army foot locker that I got back in, I want to say 93. It was the, plain green with the stamp. I think it said US on top. It's been a long time. But it's just a vintage, I don't think it qualifies as antique, but it's a vintage wooden Army foot locker, which has had many uses since I owned it. At one time it was my kids' toy box, and then when they no longer needed a toy box, my son kept his stuff in it, and most recently we kept our towels in it because we haven't redone the bathroom here. So I'm going to be redoing this old Army foot locker today. Now, I got this paint. It's the Magnolia chalk style paint, and I have never used it before. And I also have a day bed to paint for the guest room, which I'm currently in. But I wanted to try it on something like this Army foot locker first to see how well it covers, since I've normally just used the Annie Sloan chalk paints. So this is the Magnolia paint, Silverado Sage. It's just a little can. It was either Home Depot or Lowe's. I want to say Lowe's, but I'm probably wrong. But anyway, so I'm going to use the Magnolia Silverado Sage. There's no prep work except to wipe it clean, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to get painting it. And I have the wax here. And y'all, this stuff is not at all cheap. I think this was $25, and I want to say this one was $35. So this stuff is not at all cheap. But the coverage with chalk paint is usually pretty good, and it's usually pretty easy to use. I have had success painting projects in the past. So I'm going to get this put in the living room, and then I'm going to start painting.
So tell me, what day is it today? Didn't the sun come up the same way? Oh yeah, we can't remember our dreams. I guess we'll just wait for spring. Yeah, yeah. I get up. Do you want some tea? Sweet or green, it's all the same to me. Where did you go? Don't you know that we can't leave until we get through this sea? We gotta get through this sea. The news lady says, hold on tight, but hey, I'm pretty sure I can last all night. Even if I can see the future, you're here with me now, and that's alright. Oh darling, can't you see? It's only been 6 weeks. So tell me, what day is it today? Did the sun come up the same way? Yeah, we can't remember our dreams. I guess we'll just wait for spring. Just wait for spring. Just wait for spring. What's up? Another Magnolia. Can you for the snow. Was nothing much I know. Can you believe we've seen every single show? Oh darling, care to see? It's only been 56 weeks. Damn. So tell me, what day is it today? Did the sun come up the same way? Oh yeah, we can't remember our dreams. I guess we'll just wait for spring. Oh yeah.
Okay, well, I finished with the first 2 coats of the chalk paint, and that appears to be enough. I wasn't sure because I'd never used that brand. It did take me a week to get it all done because I work and, you know, have other things to do. I know it's good and dry now, and for those of you that are going to ask me why I didn't strip it first and just refinish it after that, like I said in the beginning, it's really old, and I had it for over 30 years, and I don't know how old the Foot Locker is, but I'm pretty sure that it has lead paint. I didn't want to deal with that, and I was afraid if I tried stripping all the layers of paint off of it that I would end up destroying it, because it does have some rot in area. I don't know if rot's some missing wood. I don't know what the right word is, but in some places the paint's the only thing keeping it together. So I'm trying to keep it for as long as I can. And for those of you who are like, oh, why don't you just go to IKEA and get a little toy box or chest? Well, I like antiques. I like old things. I like to upcycle and recycle and make things nice that were, that are old. I shop at antique shops, antique malls, and buy things online that no one, other people's trash that is, they say one person's trash is another person's treasure. So in this case, I figure I can hold on to it for a few more years for my grandkids to use as a toy box while they're here. So anyway, that explains why I am even bothering, because some people wouldn't bother with this little chest. But anyway, so the next step is to apply the wax, and I got the Magnolia wax, and it's very expensive. I'm gonna look. I know I said that earlier, but I'm gonna look. I think this was like $30 for this little 6-ounce can, and hopefully it's enough, because my other projects, I can't remember how much wax I used, but this seems like a really awfully small can. So we're gonna apply this and see if this little can is enough for my little project. I did decide that I'm not going to use this paint on the daybed that I got from my mom. We're just gonna leave that the natural wood. It looks better that way in our guest room. But using this product will tell me if I want to use it on other things I have around the house that I might want to chalk paint, and instead of using the other brands that are on the market. I like, the Magnolia things just as much as anyone else. I'm not a huge fan. I did not buy this just because of the brand name. It's just there's leaves going everywhere. It's just what was available, and I had gift cards to use from that particular big box store, so this is what we got. So anyway, let's get to applying the wax. It's enough talking, so let's get to applying the wax, and hopefully this is going to be enough wax for my little Foot Locker.
What day is it today? The sun come up the same way. Oh yeah, we can't remember our dreams. I guess we're just waiting for spring. So tell me, what day is it today? The sun come up the same way. Oh yeah, we can't
All right, so I finally finished my old Army foot locker. Um, I'm sorry, you can probably hear Tommy in the background. He is pressure washing the driveway. Here, I'll put up a clip to show you what he's doing. And the well is also clicking because he's got the water running. So anyway, I finished the foot locker. Would I use this Joanna Gaines, what is it, Magnolia chalk paint again? If I had a cheaper like the, I can't even remember what that, Annie Sloan paints, I would go with it. I just like the Annie Sloan paints better. The only reason I got this brand, which was so much more expensive, was because of the color. So, you know, you put Magnolia on something, it's going to be expensive. Sorry, no offense to the company, but I think it used almost an entire little can of the chalk paint and half the can of wax to do this one little trunk here, this one little foot locker. So, I mean, you talk about the cost of gas being expensive, this chalk paint was really expensive. But anyway, I'm happy with how it turned out. I was gonna put maybe something on here, something with using my Cricut to put some little sticker on here or up on the top, but I've decided I'm just gonna leave it a blank canvas for now, and maybe later. I looked through all these different things and couldn't find anything that I liked, because this is for now gonna be go back to being a toy chest for my grandchildren's toys that I keep here for when they're in town, when they're at my house, you know, want something to play with in our guest room. So anyway, that's the end of this project, and now I have another project to work on, which is gardening. So I'm going to get back to my gardening. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you on the next video.